Hey YouTube, this is Kweku from Next Gen Windows, and today's app review is SlapDash Podcast for Windows 8. SlapDash Podcast is a podcast viewer slash streamer slash downloader all-in-one app for the Windows Modern UI style or Windows Store style screen. And what you can do on here is you can view Spotlight when you first launch the app. When you first launch the app, it shows up in this view right here that shows the Spotlight, which is I guess the most trending or the newest or most popular podcast that's available right now. And you can also keep scrolling or swipe or whatever. And one thing I just noticed, I don't know if it's just me, but this advertisement right here, if you notice when I go to the left or right, it goes way out of place, like it can't keep up with anything, and I don't understand that. It looks really tacky in my opinion. Let me know if it happens to you too. But on the other hand, this is the SlapDash podcast app, and what's different between this and PushPod that I just did a review on is that this actually allows you to have multiple categories just to see individual categories before you even do it. This lets you stream podcasts instead of having to download it first. So if you don't have enough space, like you have an RT device, you have a limited space, I think like 16 gigs on the surface, you can just stream it instead of having to download it first. But on the other hand, on this app, you can actually search, and then when you click the catalog, when you're under the catalog and you hit search, you can search for anything. So you can search for Twit, is a podcast that I watch often, and then you can see all the little things here that they have available. If you want to view it in video, it'll tell you if it's video, if the podcast tells you it. Not all podcasts will be in video, is depending on it. And also the difference, there is a pro version. The difference between the pro version and this version is that the pro version obviously is paid, and this version is free, but it's ad supported. So this giant ad is blocking the bar at the bottom right here, but you can still go through and do this. You won't accidentally click on it, you just keep holding down the mouse. Now on the other hand, in this podcast selection screen, when you went back and you searched for it, when you click on it, then it tells you a brief description of the general podcast, and then it goes deeper and it shows you the episodes of each podcast. You can't actually go to the corners to go scroll if you have a mouse and keyboard only, but you can use this, or you can swipe, or if you have like my mouse, I have multi-touch. I have a multi-touch mouse, so it works the same way. But on the other hand, when you click any podcast, say this, I'm not actually going to play it because I don't have the rights to it, but this is what you get when you play a video podcast. You get the play button when you right click or swipe up from the bottom, or you can hit close, and you can even scrub to whatever time period that you were at or what you want to skip to. Now when we go back out, you can see a description right here of the podcast, and then you can see a giant play button, and then you can also see a plus 30 and minus 30. And now what this plus 30 does is, if you look at the time right here, it adds 30 seconds to it. So when you click plus 30, you get plus 30 seconds to the podcast time. So it goes forward 30 seconds, goes forward 30 seconds, then you can press minus 30, and it goes backwards 30 seconds. And this, I'm not sure what it is. I think this is supposed to be an ad that didn't load properly. Happens quite often. It's happening. See, yes, it just appeared. It's an ad that didn't load properly. But it's not a very annoying ad like this one right here that's blocking the entire bottom. There's not really much to SlapDash Podcast. Now, when we go back to the home, you can right-click when you're inside a screen. Let me go back into a screen like the Film Vault. When I click into the Film Vault, if you want to go back, you can right-click and you have all these options. And you have a play option, you have how far you are in your podcast, you have the what's playing, the subscribe, so you can subscribe to podcasts, and you have the refresh. And also when you go back, you can do the same thing. And then also another cool feature that they have is the fact that this ad is really going to bother me, but the fact that when you search, and then say if I search for Twit, and then if I right click, you can just go back home instead of having to click that back button all the way back till you get home, like on Windows Phone. It's a really good thing to have, because when you go deep inside clicking and searching for things, it could take time to click back and keep going back till you get back to the home page. And also, while we are on the home page, if you right click or swipe up from the bottom, you can get these options down here. You have an add podcast, which allows you to just have, if you have a URL for a podcast, allows you to add it here, and you can manually add the podcast if it's not listed in the catalog. You have a login button. When you click that, it takes you so that you can log in with your Facebook, and it saves all your stuff to your Facebook. That way, wherever you log into SlapDash Podcast, all your podcasts appear with your account tied to your account right there. And then show tips just shows you various tips on how to use the app and everything. And it's a pretty cool app. And when you click now playing right here, you can actually see, you can go back home on any screen. But when you click now playing and then go to the charms bar, you can hit share, and you can share whatever podcast you're viewing to whatever app that you have that supports sharing. So if I want to share to Metro Twit, which is a Twitter app, you can do that, and then since it's the right amount of characters, you can hit share, or you can change the account, and so on and so forth. But yes, it supports sharing, so you can share podcasts. If you like it and your friends might like it or something, you can share it to whatever it is. But in general, this is SlapDash Podcast. One other feature that I'm not sure if this works, but if you go to settings, you can view your network settings right here. It does work. So you can view network settings, allow streaming media over limited use networks. So basically, if you are on a data plan, if you buy some Windows 8 thing, like I heard some of the Windows 8 devices, the Asus Vivo Tab comes with a keyboard dock. It's going on to AT&T on sale for $500 with the keyboard. So you'll be on a tier data plan, and you'll be charged for consuming data. So you can disable streaming over basically data or limited use networks, or you can allow background downloads over limited use networks. So you can control how much data you're going to be using on this app just by clicking the network settings. I'm not sure why this thing is not letting me go back, so let me click away. And then when we go to view downloads, I don't have any downloads, so nothing will be there, but if you did, you could cancel all right here, and I'm pretty sure you could pause all. Cache settings, you can clear the cache, that way your podcast stays fresh, and you don't have so many podcasts piling up. You click help, it shows you the help, still doesn't take you to Internet Explorer, so that's a good thing. Everything's integrated, and they even tell you the release notes, so what comes out per patch, a better description instead of at the Windows Store. And then when we go back to settings, you can view privacy policy, which the privacy policy will probably take you to the web browser, so I won't click on it. Permissions, you can see what permissions it is, so you can allow this app to run in the background and show the quick status on the lock screen. So you can view the app, you can view what's going on with the app on the lock screen, and then rate and review. That's on every app's settings. That takes you to the store to rate and review. So why don't we do that now? Now, with SlapDash Podcasts, yes, you can review it, blah, 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 but we're not going to do that. I'm just taking you here so you can view the page, how much space it takes up, and also let me show you the Pro version, SlapDash Podcast Pro. It's $199 on the Windows Store. I personally think it's worth it, regardless of the stars that they gave it. There's probably some little problems that other people are having that I haven't come to yet, but in general, $199, paying for it for the Pro version gets you no ads, and that's the only difference between that and the free version. So you should pick it up. I personally recommend picking this up if you need a podcast app, because Windows 8 does not come with one by default. This has been Kweku from Next Gen Windows, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.